This is the second time that I try to record this video. Last time was just way too sick. It was terrible. A couple of weeks ago, I was browsing Reddit, like you do, and I was just searching for people that took pictures on Sony Alpha cameras, just to see how bad I actually am at using the camera in general. I found a guy, he did a time lapse of nature, just beautiful sunset, sunrise type of thing. And someone in the comments just asked, how do you record that time lapse with your Sony a7 III? I thought to myself, well, that's a dumb question. He just used an intervalometer and he recorded it. But the guy just responded, Camwrote. So I was intrigued. I went to the App Store, found Camwrote. The app looked pretty good. It was paid 99 cents, and I wasn't really sure that the features that the developer was talking about were actually compatible with my Sony camera. Plus, I was just sick of using the Sony main app, Play Memories app, so I decided to give this guy's app a try. I thought since this guy had a Twitter page, I could just DM him and ask him for a key to the app so that I would give him just the fairest chance he possibly could at having the app in the best state it currently is. That didn't make a lot of sense. Basically, I wanted to try the latest version out of the App Store. The guy gave me a key, he was great, he talked to me about how limited the APIs in Sony cameras are, and I explained to him some of my gripes and some of my difficulties with using Sony cameras and apps on the phone. So I had an idea. 2 years ago, I recorded, I think, my first time-lapse with a Sony camera. At the time, I recorded video, and then I brought it to post and color graded, and it looked like this. Which I think it looks pretty good, but it's still a time-lapse made with video, so you're pretty limited with what you can actually tweak and what you can actually do in reframing without losing much quality. It's not really the proper way of recording a time-lapse, but that's what I could do at the time. So now we are in February, so I thought, well, let's try to go to the same place. It's just 4 months later, even though it's 2 years later, but let's try, it's not 2, it's 3 years. Well, I think it still applies. So let's try to go to the same place and record the same time lapse, this time with pictures, and see how much better we can make that same time lapse look of the sun rising. It was a very naive and not clever idea because I got to the place and I put the camera and the sun came up on the other side of the mountain. But I still got the time lapse, so I think it still applies. And a lot of tweaking you can do is by changing the hues of the colors and punching in and animating a movement. And even though this time lapse didn't turn out to be that good looking, I think the knowledge still applies, and I think you can make a much better time lapse than I did with the app. It's iOS only, unfortunately. So if you have like an old iOS device, it can be a way of using it, or if you just have an iPhone, you use it normally, of course. So yeah, that's what I had to share with you. The app is called Camwrote, it's on the App Store, it's 99 cents, and it is the best way of recording time lapses with Sony cameras without having to bring around any extra gear, like an intervalometer, or if you don't have an intervalometer, you have to buy it, and it's more expensive than 99 cents. Plus the app is pretty good to just watching you whilst you record yourself, because no flippy screens on the camera. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, just leave it a like, I think. And bye.